We all know that feeling, don't we? That quiet whisper of doubt that creeps in when the world feels too big, too fast, too indifferent. You are ticking off the boxes, chasing the next milestone, yet there is a persistent ache, a question that lingers. Is this all there is? Does any of this truly matter? This existential unease, this gnawing sense of insignificance, is a surprisingly common human experience, often masked by the relentless pace of modern life and the pursuit of external validation. It is a feeling that transcends cultures and generations, a fundamental inquiry into our place in the vast cosmic tapestry. Meet Ilara. On paper, she had it all: a demanding career in a high-stakes industry, a vibrant social life filled with weekend getaways and bustling city nights. The kind of Instagram feed that screamed, "living the dream." She was admired by her peers, celebrated for her achievements, and seemingly content. But late at night, when the city lights blurred outside her window and the applause of the day faded, a profound sense of insignificance would wash over her. She would stare at the vast, indifferent sky, a tiny speck on a tiny planet, and the thought would hit her like a cold wave. What if I am just a random occurrence, a fleeting spark in an endless void? The achievements felt hollow, the laughter echoed emptily, and the gnawing question of purpose became a heavy burden, a silent companion in her seemingly perfect life. She found herself caught in a relentless cycle of doing, constantly striving, yet feeling an ever-deepening emptiness within. It was during one particularly brutal week when deadlines piled up, professional setbacks mounted, and personal disappointments stung that Ilara hit rock bottom. The carefully constructed facade of her life began to crack. She felt utterly lost, adrift in a sea of meaninglessness. The usual distractions, once so effective, offered no solace. Retail therapy, social gatherings, even her demanding work, all felt like futile attempts to fill a void that only seemed to grow larger. Every success felt like another step on a treadmill to nowhere, a temporary high followed by an even deeper plunge into despair. She longed for something more, something deeper, a foundational truth that could anchor her amidst the chaos, but had no idea where to even begin looking. The very ground beneath her seemed to shift, leaving her suspended in a terrifying vacuum of purpose. Before we dive deeper into Ilara's transformative journey, if you are finding yourself resonating with this feeling, or if you are simply curious about the profound ideas we are about to explore, please take a moment to like this video. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement helps us bring more stories like Ilara's to light and fosters a community dedicated to exploring the deeper dimensions of human existence. Ilara's search began subtly, almost by accident. She was not looking for grand answers or spiritual epiphanies, just a quiet space, a respite from the relentless demands of her life. She started spending time in nature, not just hiking for exercise, but sitting, observing, letting the silence seep in and the natural world envelop her. One afternoon, watching the intricate dance of light through ancient trees, the gentle rustle of leaves, and the persistent murmur of a nearby stream, a forgotten memory surfaced. It was from her childhood, a moment of pure, unadulterated joy, a feeling of being utterly connected to everything around her, a sense of belonging that transcended words before the world taught her about expectations, achievements, and the relentless pursuit of external validation. It was a feeling of simply being, unburdened by identity or ambition. This flicker of remembrance was her first clue, a faint echo of a truth she had always carried within. It pointed to something inherent, something timeless, a deep wellspring of peace and connection that existed independently of her circumstances. And it echoed what ancient wisdom traditions have taught for millennia, often through diverse cultural lenses, but with remarkably similar core insights. In the Upanishads, the foundational texts of Vedanta, a profound philosophical system originating in ancient India, there is a radical idea that your deepest self, your true essence, known as Atman, is not born, does not die, and is not bound by time or space. It is not merely a part of the universe, it is identical with Brahman, the ultimate reality, the eternal, unchanging ground of all existence. This is not something you become through effort or achievement, but something you are, always have been, and always will be. This is not just a philosophical concept or a religious dogma. It is presented as a profound truth about your inherent nature, a reality obscured only by the veil of illusion, or Maya, that causes us to perceive ourselves as separate, limited individuals. You are not merely a product of circumstance or a collection of experiences. You are an expression of something timeless, boundless, and infinite. Lara, without knowing the specific terminology or the intricate philosophical frameworks, began to sense this profound truth. She started meditating, not to achieve anything specific, not to clear her mind or attain enlightenment, but simply to sit with herself, to observe the ebb and flow of her thoughts and emotions without judgment. In those moments of stillness, the incessant noise of the world and her own internal chatter would recede, and she would feel a quiet expansion, a sense of peace that transcended her daily anxieties and the pressures of her life. It was as if a veil was slowly lifting, revealing a deeper reality, a spaciousness within that was always present, waiting to be recognized. This practice, initially a struggle, became a sanctuary, a consistent return to that inherent quietude. This sense of an inherent underlying reality is also found in mystical traditions across the globe, each offering a unique pathway to the same universal truth. In Christian mysticism, it is the concept of the Logos, the divine reason or word that orders and gives meaning to all creation. It is the idea that everything exists within a divine ground, a source of being that imbues all life with purpose, not as an external imposition, but as an intrinsic part of its very fabric. Figures like Meister Eckhart spoke of the divine spark within each soul, a direct connection to the Godhead that is our true home. This perspective suggests that you are not an accident. You are an intentional unfolding of this cosmic design, a unique and irreplaceable expression of the divine intelligence that animates the universe. Your existence is not random. It is purposeful, woven into the very fabric of reality. Ilara found herself drawn to poetry, particularly the verses of the 13th century Persian poet and Sufi mystic Rumi. His words resonated with a truth she was beginning to feel in her bones, a truth that transcended intellectual understanding and spoke directly to her soul. "You are not a drop in the ocean," Rumi wrote. "You are the entire ocean in a drop." This was not just beautiful imagery. It was a direct affirmation of the vastness she was sensing within herself, a profound statement of non-duality. It spoke to the idea that the universal, the divine, the timeless, was not somewhere out there, separate and distant, but intimately woven into her very being, a microcosm reflecting the macrocosm. This perspective, echoed in various forms across Sufism, Buddhism's concept of interconnectedness, and Taoism's understanding of the unified Tao, began to dismantle her ingrained sense of separation and insignificance. She started to see her life differently, not as a series of isolated events or achievements, but as an unfolding journey within a larger, interconnected reality. The challenges were still there, the setbacks still stung, but they no longer defined her or diminished her inherent worth. She began to understand that her value was not contingent on external validation, professional success, or fleeting accomplishments. It was inherent. It was a gift she carried, a truth that existed before her first breath, before the universe itself began its grand expansion. This realization was not a sudden burst of euphoria, but a quiet, steady knowing that gradually permeated every aspect of her experience. One evening, Ilara was sitting by the ocean, watching the waves endlessly break and recede upon the shore, a timeless rhythm of coming and going. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in breathtaking hues of orange, purple, and crimson, a spectacle of cosmic beauty that unfolded effortlessly. In that moment, something shifted profoundly within her. It was not a thought, not an intellectual conclusion, but a deep, visceral knowing. She felt an overwhelming sense of connection, not just to the ocean or the sky, but to everything. The sand beneath her, the air she breathed, the distant stars, and the very pulse of life itself. The feeling of insignificance, which had plagued her for so long, vanished completely, replaced by a profound sense of belonging, of being an integral, cherished part of this magnificent, unfolding tapestry of existence. She realized that her meaning was not something she had to earn or find. It was something she was. It had been there all along, waiting for her to remember, obscured only by the noise and distractions of a world that often encourages us to look outside ourselves for validation. This profound realization did not magically erase her problems or make her life suddenly perfect, but it fundamentally transformed her relationship with them. The anxieties of work still existed, the occasional disappointments still arose, but they no longer consumed her or dictated her inner state. She approached life with a newfound resilience, knowing that her deepest self, her true essence, was untouched by the ebb and flow of external circumstances. She found joy in the simple act of breathing, in the warmth of a friend's smile, in the quiet beauty of a sunrise, in the taste of her morning coffee. Her actions became more aligned with this inner truth, driven by a sense of purpose that felt authentic and deeply resonant. Rather than by external pressures or the need for approval, she moved from a state of striving to a state of being, from seeking to knowing. Ilara's story is a powerful reminder that the search for meaning often leads us back to ourselves, to a truth that has always resided within. When doubt appears, when the world feels overwhelming, when the relentless pursuit of external goals leaves you feeling empty, recall this profound truth. You mattered before time began. So you matter now. Your essence is timeless, your being is sacred, and your life is an invaluable, unique expression of the cosmic dance. It is a call to remember who you truly are, beyond the roles you play, the achievements you accumulate, or the opinions of others. It is a profound invitation to live from a place of inherent worth, recognizing that your existence itself is a miracle, a testament to the boundless creativity of the universe. If Ilara's journey resonated with you and you are inspired to explore these profound ideas further, remember to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel for more insights that connect us to the deeper truths of existence. Thank you for watching.